Long before stadiums echoed with cheers, before millions chanted his name in unison, before cameras flashed across the world to capture his face, there was a small boy, on a small island, with nothing but a ball, tattered shoes, and a dream so powerful it could outshine the Atlantic sun itself. Madeira, a paradise to tourists, but for the Vero family, it was a cage of struggle. Their home, tiny and weathered, shivered in the Atlantic winds. Inside, 4 children fought to share what little food they had. Cristiano was the youngest, and from the very beginning, he was different. Sound cue, faint heartbeat, growing in volume. He didn't just kick a ball. He breathed it. He chased it through the cobbled streets, over puddles, past barking dogs. Every step, every turn, every strike was a battle against destiny. While other children played for fun, Cristiano trained to survive, to escape, to become someone greater than his circumstances. Pause, whisper, and in his eyes, there was fire. A fire that said, I will not stay small. I will not stay unnoticed. Chapter 2, Poverty and Purpose. Sound cue, distant thunder, rain lightly pattering on rooftops. Cristiano grew up knowing hunger not just for food, but for opportunity. Some nights, the dinner table held nothing but bread and tea. Some days, arguments echoed through the walls about rent and survival. Yet amidst it all, his mother, Dolores, was a fortress of love and determination. She saw something in him others could not, a relentless spirit. At school, he was hyperactive. Teachers scolded him for daydreaming. Classmates laughed at his dream of becoming a professional footballer. Dramatic pause, sound cue, faint heartbeats slowing, but he ignored them. When other boys played games, Cristiano ran drills. When other boys slept, Cristiano ran laps. When other boys feared failure, Cristiano embraced it. His father, Diniz, struggled with alcoholism. Yet, even in his weakness, he loved his son fiercely. And sometimes, Cristiano caught glimpses of the man he could become, strong, fearless, unyielding. Chapter 3, The First Goodbye. Sound cue, soft airport ambience, distant flight announcement. At age 12, a call changed everything. Sporting Lisbon wanted him. A dream. A chance to rise. A chance to leave Madeira. Leaving home was excruciating. Dolores tried to stay strong, but tears betrayed her. Cristiano hugged her tightly, sensing that he would never feel this safe again. Lisbon was massive, loud, and alien. He felt the sting of loneliness for the first time. And yet he pressed forward. Pause, whisper, dramatic. Every morning, he tied his boots. Every morning, he reminded himself, I will survive. I will conquer. I will rise. Chapter 4, Breaking Point and Rebirth. Sound cue, hospital beeping, tense low strings. At 15, tragedy struck. Doctors discovered a serious heart condition, one that could end his dreams before they even began. Dramatic pause, narrator, slow, deliberate. His mother, Dolores, could barely breathe. The world seemed to crumble around them. Surgery was the only option. Cristiano lay on the operating table, a boy of barely 15 facing mortality, and refusing to let fear define him. 3 days later, while most would still be recovering, Cristiano returned to the pitch. Every kick, every sprint, every maneuver, sharper, faster, more deliberate. Sound cue, wind rushing, heartbeats sensing with dribble rhythm. Sporting Lisbon knew this was no ordinary boy. This was a force of nature, a storm waiting to be unleashed. Narrator pause. Slow. And so began the journey of a boy from a tiny island who would one day command the world. Manchester, cold, harsh, unforgiving. Cristiano stepped off the plane and into a new world. Big, noisy, merciless. Veteran players mocked him. Defenders targeted him. The press questioned him. And the fans waited, ready to turn against him. But Cristiano didn't flinch. Pause, sound cue, heartbeat, rising tension. He trained harder. Arrived first, left last. Every sprint, every touch, every shot, a silent declaration. One belong here. I will not be broken. He transformed, day by day, game by game, until he became a machine, unstoppable, lethal. Ballon d'Or, the first of many. A crown not given, but earned with blood, sweat, and unyielding will. Dramatic pause, but glory never comes without pain. Chapter 6, Loss that shaped a legend. Sound cue, somber piano, distant thunder, wind whispering. The call came. Cristiano, your father Diniz had passed away. Alcohol had claimed him. The boy from Madeira, who had fought so hard to survive, now faced his greatest heartbreak. Cristiano fell to his knees. He couldn't reach him in time. He couldn't say goodbye. Pause, slow, narrator. And yet, within that grief a fire was born. I will play. I will win. Not for me but for him. Every goal, every triumph, a tribute. Every victory, a monument to his father's memory. Chapter 7, The White Empire. Real Madrid sound cue. Roaring crowd, dramatic orchestral swell, the world's richest transfer. 94 million. The weight of history pressing on a single man. Real Madrid, the Bernabeu, the stage where only legends survive. Cristiano stepped onto that field not as a star but as a storm waiting to destroy records, challenge rivals, and rewrite history. Every goal, a statement. Every dribble, an art form. Every sprint, proof that time and age are irrelevant to those who refuse limits. For Champions League titles, for Ballons, countless records shattered, and yet he was never satisfied. Narrator pause because greatness is never done. It evolves, it grows, and for Ronaldo, it became infinite. Chapter 8, A Nation's Dream sound cue. Crowd chanting Portugal. Portugal, heartbeat strings Portugal. A nation yearning for glory. Years of near misses. Finals lost, hope fading, but with Ronaldo hope ignited. Euro 2016, final, Cristiano injured, unable to continue on the pitch. Dramatic pause, whisper narrator, and yet, he did not leave. He became the guide, the voice, the leader, the pulse that carried his teammates forward. Portugal lifted its first major trophy. Cristiano wept. The boy from Madeira had fulfilled a nation's dream. Sound cue, orchestral climax, applause fading into soft wind, and in that moment, the world understood Ronaldo wasn't just a player. He was a phenomenon, a living legend, a man who refused limits. Cristiano Ronaldo moved to Juventus. Italy, a new challenge, a new culture, a new league. Critics whispered, he is too old to slow past his prime. But he arrived with the same fire, the same determination, and the same unrelenting belief. Every sprint in Turin, every goal in Syria, every record broken, he proved that age is just a number. Pause, narrator soft, because for Ronaldo, limits do not exist. There are only goals to be scored and records to be rewritten. Chapter 10, Return to Manchester United sound cue. Stadium crowd roar, echoing chants, cinematic suspense. The prodigal son returned. Manchester United, where it all began. Fans cheered, critics doubted, and Ronaldo stepped onto the pitch like a storm reborn. Goals, leadership, discipline. Even in his late 30s, he dominated. He reminded the world, legends do not fade. Legends adapt. Legends conquer. Every match, a message. Every celebration, a legacy. Every sprint, a reminder that greatness cannot be retired. Chapter 11, Al-Nassr and global impact sound cue. Arabian desert winds, orchestral rise, ambient crowd noises. Cristiano embraced a new frontier. Al-Nassr in Saudi Arabia, a league known to most but a stage for a living legend. He brought goals. He brought records. He brought hope and global attention. Fans traveled from afar. Young players aspired to his discipline. Ronaldo became more than a player, he became a symbol. Narrator pause, slow, a symbol that greatness transcends geography, culture, even time. Chapter 12, The Legacy and Eternal Fire sound cue. Soft heartbeat, fading wind. Inspiring strings. Cristiano Ronaldo, a boy from Madeira, a man who fought poverty, heartbreak, injury, and criticism and emerged as one of the greatest athletes in human history. His story teaches one eternal truth. Talent alone is never enough. Discipline, relentless effort, and an unbreakable spirit define legends. He is not just a footballer. He is a phenomenon, a symbol of human potential, a story still unfolding. Dramatic pause, whisper, and even now the fire inside him burns brighter than ever. For legends are not born, they are forged. They are reborn over and over again.